Well, very excited to say we're about to be joined by the dream doctor, Ian Wallace, who's here to answer your questions about lockdown dreams. Maybe you're having a recurring dream, maybe you're having nightmares, maybe you're having a dream you've never had before. If you call us, Ian will do his best to decode the dream. And people are having wacky dreams, Ian.
Yes, Jeremy, they certainly are. The lockdown and the really unusual sleeping hours that people are experiencing means they're remembering their dreams more, and because there's a heightened anxiety in society, then they are using these dreams to process their emotions. So everyone's having vivid, scary dreams, not just in the UK, but all around the globe.
Is it true that you always dream of the opposite of the situation you're in? So if you're in lockdown, you dream of running across, well, like Theresa May, running across fields of wheat?
No, that's completely wrong, Jeremy. What you dream about is what you're experiencing in waking life. The fundamental function of dreaming is to process unresolved emotions. So if you're anxious in waking life, your dreams will be full of things that seem quite scary and vivid, things chasing you, trying to find your way home, not being able to get enough food, all those sorts of things.
OK, now Polly on Twitter has said that she's been dreaming about toilet roll. We can see her tweet. I had my first ever toilet roll dream last night. Everywhere I went, bags of loo roll. That's a new thing for her. Any advice you can give her on that?
In Polly's dream, it's a variation of the third most common dream, which is a toilet dream. Toilets are all about how we fulfill our needs in waking life and how we get rid of things that we don't really need anymore. And because we're going through this transformation in Polly's dream, it suggests that she's realizing that there are things in her life that she doesn't really need anymore and can start to work through those and get rid of them now that she has time to do that.
And what about the author J.K. Rowling, who tweeted about her dream? And she says she had the most elaborate nightmare, a hammer-wielding serial killer, a female scientist working on a coronavirus vaccine, many other subplots, one involving rescuing an ape from a window ledge. And then in a break between gruesome killings, I took Emma Watson out to lunch.
In Joe's dream, we also have to remember that dreams don't happen to us, Jeremy. We happen to the dream and we create everything in the dream. So all those characters in the dream are reflections of some of Joe's characteristics. So the serial killer suggests that there's something in her waking life where she feels she has to kill off part of herself to be accepted by other people or to fit into her current circumstances. And the action from that dream is not really to be bothered about what other people think of her. If she has got something that she wants to create or say, then she really needs to go and do that.
Gosh, I love the analysis. Storm.
Well, we're going to go to calls now and speak to Barbara from Leeds. Barbara, what's your dream question for Ian?
Oh, hi there. Yes, during lockdown, I'm quite aware that it's very easy to drink more than I would normally. So I have been taking breaks from drinking every day. And I find that if I kind of go on the wagon, as it were, my dreams are so vivid, much more than normal. And it's almost like I've been in a movie during the night. I don't know whether it's maybe a detoxy thing or something like that, but it's very strange. And I wake up feeling as if I've got the biggest hangover ever when I haven't been drinking. So I don't quite understand what's going on.
Not drinking gives you better dreams, Ian.
No, very vivid dreams.
Okay, let's ask Ian.
Yes, Barbara, so this is a phenomenon called REM rebound. So the period when we're dreaming is the rapid eye movement period in sleep. And drinking alcohol, not so much drinking the alcohol, but our body processing it during the night tends to suppress rapid eye movement sleep. So we tend to not be so aware of our dreams or remember them. But when we stop drinking or drink less, then we have more REM sleep. And we do this thing in REM rebound of trying to catch up on REM sleep, so that our dreams tend to be far more vivid and far more memorable.
Okay, Storm.
We're going to speak to Juliet now from the West Midlands. Juliet, what's your question for Ian?
Oh, hi, yeah. I've always had really vivid dreams at the best of times, but just since lockdown started, I've started to have this recurring dream that I'm pregnant, like heavily pregnant, but it's so vivid, I can look down and see my belly moving and see it almost feels like the baby's trying to get out.
Wow. That's like
I have got
Alien.
3 children. Yeah, I've got 3 children and I have no plans to have any more, so it's not like I'm brooding.
Gosh, I would be worried if I had that one. Ian?
It's very...
Thanks, Juliet. Well, actually, some men do have this dream, Jeremy, What happens in this dream, we often think of dreams as being exactly the same imagery as we experience in reality. But the way dreams work is really through linguistics. It's a language that we use, it's a language of images. So when you are dreaming that you are pregnant, it's nothing to do with pregnancy in waking life, thank goodness. It's all about some labour of love that you've been working on, some idea that you've been nurturing, some plan or project that you have, and you want to bring it into the world, you want to give birth to it and develop it and nurture it so it will turn into something wonderful and healthy that you'll be really proud of.
Does that make sense, Juliet? Is there something you're about to give birth to, some project or something?
Yeah, maybe. I can kind of try and relate it to something in my life, definitely, yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you, thank you very much, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Just a quick question from me, Ian, which is, how is it that a dream can surprise me? If I'm making it up, I'm feeling like sometimes it has a surprise ending.
Well, that's because the dream doesn't happen to us, we happen to the dream. And what we do when we process our emotions, most of our emotional life is kind of unknown to us. It happens unconsciously. So as we develop as human beings, we often surprise ourselves. We realize that we have abilities that we didn't think we had before. We realize we can develop talents. We realize we can rise to the occasion. And what the dream is a reflection of ourselves. It's a self-portrait. It's the ultimate selfie. So when you create a dream that surprises you, there's something in waking life where you will surprise yourself at how good you are at something.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what my dream was, okay?
Oh, brace yourself.
I'm walking out of the house. That's remarkable. I'm wearing an overcoat. It's a hot day. As I walk, the overcoat gets smaller and smaller until it's really, really tightening around me. I then have to wrestle to pull this thing off to save my life. And when I look at the lining, it says the name Hugh Edwards in it. And what does that mean?
He gets everywhere, doesn't he, Jeremy? When we dream about clothes, we are dreaming about the image that we present to other people in waking life. That's what clothes symbolise in a dream. So you have a very public persona, Jeremy, but you also have a private persona. So the overcoat symbolises the persona that you present to the public, which is a big persona, very accomplished, brilliant broadcaster. And then as you are walking along, you realise that you are starting to share more and more of your personal life, not intimate details, but things that really draw people to you and make people warm to you. And you're struggling with that conflict between your public persona and your private persona. And when you eventually get the overcoat off, the lining says Hugh Edwards. So Hugh Edwards, what's the one quality you associate with Hugh Edwards, Jeremy?
Professional.
Professional. So what is lining you, what you are lining yourself up for in waking life is to be as professional as possible as your public life and your personal life merge, and you're thinking about the persona you present to the public.
Okay, that's a brilliant. You can't pay for this stuff.
Insightful.
Fantastic.
We're now going to speak to Maxine from Swansea. What's your dream question for Ian?
Go on, Maxine.
Hi, good morning there. Yes, good morning, Ian. What it is, it's about my mum and dad passed away 20 odd years ago, and in the dream, they walk around the house, and my dad's getting me organised for moving, and saying you've got all this stuff and packing all the belongings, and then it keeps coming back. But the thing that's happening is when I wake up out of the dream, I'm getting really emotional because then all of a sudden I realise mum and dad have passed. I'm walking around the house one morning, I got up walking around thinking, why aren't they here? But where's all the boxes? And it just keeps coming back, and I was just wondering if you could tell me what it is, please.
Thanks, Maxine. This is a wonderful dream. It's actually a combination of the 20th most common dream, which is encountering a loved one who's passed away, and the 22nd one, which is endless packing. So all the characters in a dream, Maxine, are reflections of yourself, some part of yourself. So what one quality would you associate with your mum and dad?
Well, lots of love.
Oh.
Lots of love. So you realising in waking life that you've got the capacity to have that endless love for other people and for yourself. And even though your mum and dad have passed away for 20 years, you still embody the endless love that they have and that they shared with you and taught you how to do. The endless packing bit is all about thinking about how you will prepare yourself for the future, how you will continue your journey through waking life, how you will make that progress. And you often feel that you have to be really, really prepared and you've got to get everything ready and have everything perfect. But like any journey, sometimes you just have to head off. And the thing that will propel you on that journey, Maxine, is that feeling of love that you have for yourself and love that you have for other people.
Wonderful. Maxine, thank you. And Ian Wallace, Dream Doctor, it's so nice to meet you virtually here and see your guitars. See you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Storm.
What a lovely note to move on to this point with in Messages from Grandparents. So